Hey there guys, how are you? Welcome back to another awesome video, and today's movie review is going to be of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. So Planes, Trains, and Automobiles technically is considered a Thanksgiving movie since this takes place in the span of 2 days before Thanksgiving, but still we have two guys that are going on this big old road trip to basically get back to their families before Thanksgiving. So this movie is directed by the one and only John Hughes, who I feel like we are definitely gonna be in a John Hughes phase for a good minute or two or so, give or take. This movie came out in 1987 and has been praised by a lot of critics, or a couple of critics I've seen, or at least one or two that I follow that have covered it before. There are probably others that have talked about this and given it praise, and so honestly, it's hard to find something that's worth really nitpicking, because if I'm being honest, if you want a road trip movie, if you want the perfect road trip movie or the perfect road trip formula, this one has it all. Of course the humor, of course the heart, but I love that you have these two different kind of spectrums of perspectives, with Steve Martin as Neil Page, who's very cynical, like straight to the point, blunt. He is a full-on asshole, and you get that from how like very curmudgeon and kind of grumpy he can be. And then you have John Candy's Del Griffin, very much the optimistic, and then you have Steve Martin, who's the pessimistic, kind of like balancing the two each other out, where you have a lot of this optimism, and then that kind of like rubs off of Steve Martin's character, him feeling a little sympathetic for Del Griffin, who he comes off as someone who just needs to get home as well. Like two guys that can relate to each other, that, hey, we're in the same shithole, let's work as a team and find our way and make our adventure way back home. These two are comedic gold, comedic geniuses. Everything feels so natural, so fluid, so electric, as if these two are riffing off each other, almost like improvising and ad-libbing throughout the script. Also, these two are relatable in the sense that, yeah, we've come across people like John Candy who are kind of like obnoxiously charming or charmingly obnoxious, yet with a good heart like his, you can't be mad at him. You can't entirely hate him. And at the same time with Steve Martin, we've met people like this that are so just curmudgeon, that are so just up their ass and tied up in everything. There is a method to that madness. And of course, like probably everyone else has pointed out, it's the adventure, it is the journey of these two trying to get home to their families. But I think what's really more sad is I can't help but go back to John Candy. And you know, I probably talked about this before, but man, like, it's so devastating what happened to John Candy, and he was such a fucking wholesome, genuine soul. And especially when you hear how Steve Martin talked about how much he loved John Candy. While Neil Page is on the train, that is Steve Martin genuinely smiling, genuinely laughing, genuinely reminiscing those flashbacks and those memories that he had with John Candy. But then when you rewatch the film, it's so much more sadder because, spoiler for the movie if you haven't seen the film, first glance and with first viewing, you think he's just looking to get home. But by second viewing and by second glance, you realize he's a lost man. He has no home. And the way he talks about his wife, definitely you start clicking your head that plot twist, his wife's been dead for 8 years and he has no home to go to. Through the miracle of the holiday spirit, he's welcomed home at the end with Steve Martin and welcomed in with his family. It's so endearing, it's so sentimental. It's definitely a movie. They don't make them like they used to. And a plot that has been done before several times, different scenarios and different variations, but this one is like almost like, I feel like if people want to study comedies or want to study this type of road trip thing, follow maybe something similar to this, because this is almost near perfect in my opinion. So I am going to give Trains, Planes, and Automobiles, I'm going to give this an A+. This is a Thanksgiving movie, so this doesn't really count as a Christmas movie, but you know what, for fuck's sake, let's just count it and put it in for the Christmas. So Planes, Trains, Automobiles, have you guys seen it? What did you think about it? Or what is your favorite scene from this movie? Let me know in the comment section down below.
I like me. My wife likes me.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please smash that button. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe to awesome videos every day, if not every week. Make sure you ring that bell to do new videos every day, week. Share the video with family and friends, all the good stuff and more. Leave suggestions down in the comments. You name it, I'll look into it as best as possible. I got at least 2 other Christmas reviews in mind. Maybe I'll put some more in as well, but we will see. I'm just kind of going with the flow at this moment. So we shall proceed with the flow. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time.